Hey guys, so I've just finished your reading, and I wanted to say at the very beginning, to set the context for this, that this reading is divided into two parts. So the first part is if you made the change, and if you go ahead, and if you went ahead with the change. The second part is if you don't make the change, what's going to happen, all right? So we look at those two options. I know it may sound very confusing right now, but trust me, when you get into the reading, you would see that would make sense. And I'll try, even though there's overlap between these two choices and options, I'm going to try to put in the timestamps down below, okay? All right then, guys, enjoy the reading. Hey guys, Phoenix from Tarot. So this is going to be a collective reading, looking into the energies of the lunar eclipse that's happened in Pisces, that is forming an axis to Virgo, an axis to the sun in Virgo. So I was guided to do this reading just to see for the collective what's coming up and what's coming through. One of the key starting messages, which will be the starting point for this collective reading that my spirit guides gave me, is that this is a reckoning, right? The energies that are amongst us, and you know, the lunar eclipse energies could last for anything up to 6 weeks, up to 6 months. It affects everyone on an individual basis, but they're saying that the energies we're in, it's a reckoning, it's a decision point, it's a fork in the road, where you need to decide, all right, whatever is keeping you stuck right now, are you going to allow it to come up? Are you going to allow it to be released? Are you going to allow it to be purged? Anything integrated, lessons learned, so you can finally move on for what is meant for you? Or are you going to make that decision to, you know what, I'm going to wait for the next cycle, I'm going to wait for the next round, I ain't ready to do all that just yet. I'm comfortable where I am, even though it's painful, I'm familiar and I'm used to this pain, I prefer to stay where I am, right? So that's how they gave it to me as to the energies of this lunar eclipse, this blood moon in Pisces, and out in the 12th house of the collective, okay? So let's get into, and mind you, this is a timeless reading as well. So whenever you feel drawn to this, know that there is a message for you. Okay, so let's begin. Okay, Spirit guides, guardian angels at the highest light and the highest divine frequency, please protect myself, please protect and bless those viewing this reading. May we only channel messages of the highest light, of the highest truth, of the highest accuracy. May we channel messages that the collective need to hear right now as part of their awareness and expansion of the collective. In this point in their lives, in this point of their cycle. Thank you very much. Messages of truth, messages of accuracy. Okay. Ooh, yeah, I told you. You're going to remain stuck, or you're going to start pursuing what is meant for you. What is your destiny? What is your path? Your next cycle. It's up to you. What they're saying with this card as well is that the way to use the energies of this lunar eclipse, it's like they're showing me decluttering, getting things out of the way, clearing the decks, clearing and being brutal when you clear, like just clearing things that are unnecessary. This could be a physical space clear, so clearing your house, throwing out old clothes, being ruthless, gutting. They're giving me this example, or if you have a pair of jeans and you're waiting to lose weight to fit back into them, just be brutal, get rid of the jeans. It's not to say that you're not going to lose the weight to get back into them, but get rid of the jeans, unless you're using the jeans as inspiration or something like that, but otherwise get rid of it. So they're talking about being really brutal with clearing your space, cleansing your space, you know, staging your space, etc. But it's not just your physical space, it's all aspects. It's your mental, it's your emotional, whatever you can do to clear that, do. They're saying clear the decks. And when you clear, it's as if what is meant for you, or what is meant to be your next step, or what your future holds for you and your next cycle, that is going to become clearer. There are lots of you guys are intuitives that are viewing this. You're naturally intuitive, whether you're aware of it or not. For those of you who watch these readings, you can use these energies, or a lot of you, your intuition is going to start coming online now, is something else that I'm being told. In fact, yeah, when I was shuffling, for a lot of people, your intuition is going to start coming online now. So explore it, lean into that, lean into trusting yourself. But there is something of a message regarding your next chapter, your next cycle. For some of you, it's clear as day, it's there, but it may have seemed a bit far. For others of you, yes, it may seem a bit far, but you're ready to start taking that journey. There is some oomph that this energy of this full moon lunar eclipse, there's an oomph when you do that clearing. You feel lighter. And even though that dream may seem far away, somehow within your soul and within your gut, if you dare to dream, you know it's achievable. Okay, so that's coming through. But you need to clear the clutter that's clouding your vision, that's clouding you emotionally, mentally, spiritually, and even physically as well. You know, if you guys want to go on a physical detox, you know, whether you're going on fasting, whether you're taking junk food out of your diet, taking vitamins, you know, anything that could help you on all levels, on all dimensions and aspects of you. Magician under the deck. So you're going to find with this magician energy, once you've done that clearance around you, your vibration frequency is going to become lighter. You're going to be able to attract things to you more. And by attracting things, attracting opportunities, because once you clear all the clutter, your vibration frequency is able to expand. Your auric field is able to expand where it needs to expand to. When your auric field begins to expand, the vibration frequency can start to increase. You begin to, once your vibration frequency increases, like attracts like. So you're going to be able to attract those opportunities when actually come into you. Emails are just going to end up in your inbox. You're going to overhear a conversation that gives you a download. You may be in the shower, you may be walking, you may be gardening, and then all of a sudden a thought drops in for you, which is the answer, which holds the key. And you're going to take action on it. But it all comes down to the cluttering and that clearing, as we mentioned at the start, to see that vision, what you need to manifest in your next cycle, your next stage, to see it more clearly. And once you're able to see it more clearly, because you've done all that decluttering, you're able to anchor into it, you're able to focus on it, and all that decluttering and clearing increases the vibration frequency around you. This is for those who are choosing to stay where they are because they're feeling comfortable with what is at the moment, and we'll come to that energy. We'll come to that energy in a bit. I don't want to focus on it right now. I'm on a roll. Let's move this to the other side. Could you all see that? We have the Two of Cups. And this Two of Cups, again, this is that fork in the road that I was talking about. Do you stay or do you go? Okay. Let's pop that right there. Right there. Okay. So let's continue. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you for those messages so far. What other guidance can you give us? Ace of Cups. I love this in this reading. So the Ace of Cups is talking about, again, I'm talking about newness. So this is a new opportunity, something that's coming in, that's going to be emotionally fulfilling for you. Interestingly enough, it's come up next to the Devil under the deck. So it's something that you may have either thought may have been out of reach, or it's something you dare not to dream about because there may have been some limiting belief that you may have had. Or, and they're giving me, this message may be relevant for one or two of you. You may have been in an environment or around people that may have been blocking this blessing, this Ace of Cups blessing from coming into you, or blocking you from being able to see or perceive this Ace of Cups blessing. It's as if this blessing, this opportunity, and this blessing is also linked to this North Star that we're seeing of your goal and your next cycle. What they're saying to me is that with this Ace of Cups, like this opportunity has been waiting, and for some of you, it's been waiting in your frequency. It's been waiting in your vibration frequency to come in. But for some reason, until now, it's been blocked. It's been blocked by this Devil energy. It's been blocked by either, you know, your limiting beliefs, your monkey mind, your monkey brain. But for a lot of you, not a lot of you, for some of you, I'm picking up that it may have been people that you may have surrounded yourself with, or you may have associated with, that may have been causing chaos, causing confusion for some of you, or for others, it may have been blocking. They may have been kept you so busy, or you may have been so consumed by other people, or consumed by your limiting beliefs, be consumed by your perspective, that you haven't been able to see this Ace of Cups. What they're saying to me with this Ace of Cups opportunity and this Devil, this is this full moon energy in the 12th house. So the 12th house is a lot about subconscious clearing and cleansing and your hidden patterns coming up for release. And once they come up for release, there's those psychic downloads. So a lot of that clearing energy that I was talking about before, the Devil represents you clearing away. So the Devil is representing the energy that needs to be cleared in order for this Ace of Cups opportunity to come in that sparks the journey towards that star. Eight of Pentacles under the deck. For this Eight of Pentacles, you all are more than stilled. You're more than ready. If someone is saying, oh, you're not ready yet, blah, 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 you're more than ready. And this brings us to the Two of Pentacles as I started off this reading, which is the fork in the road. You need to make a decision. Do you stay? Do you go? Do you stay where you are? Do you pursue this star opportunity? And for some of you, you may be thinking that you're not ready. And that isn't the case. You're more than ready. Look how built this guy is. It's like you're over prepared for this moment. You have the skills. They're saying for me, for some of you with this Two of Pentacles, is a switch in perception. Oh, look at that strength. Like you guys have really been through it. This is the Lion, this is the Strength card. You guys have really been through it. So it's not just physical resilience that you guys have, but mentally and emotional and spiritual resilience. You all have that as well in droves. They're saying that you're more than ready for this. You're more than ready to start that next chapter. I'm being told that for a lot of you, you may not know or be fully aware of what this next chapter is or what this next cycle is. So let's see if we can get any information or context about that. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you for those messages so far. Very inspiring. I know it's a collective reading, but if you could give some insight on what this star moment is, on what this next cycle is, about what this next step is, as denoted by this Ace of Cups. Could we even get a timeline for it? Yeah, Ace of Cups, guys. You guys are walking away, walking away, walking away. You've got to feel the fear and do it anyway. Because before I was wondering whether I needed to do a reading for some of you guys if you stay put. But with this Eight of Cups energy that I'm seeing here, a lot of you in this reading are not staying put. You're all the way done with this energy. You're ready to purge. You're ready to release. You're ready to let things go. And with the Virgo sun being in the collective 6th house, you're ready to start anchoring insights, like insights and downloads and expansion of your intuition. You're ready to start anchoring them into practical action. So over the next few weeks and months, I would expect a lot of you guys, or expect to be taking some huge life-changing steps and actions. So you may be leaving your job. You may be taking out a loan to set up a new business. You may be selling off all your items, letting your lease run out and deciding to put everything in a rucksack and travel. You know, there are lots of you may decide to get married or decide to start trying for a family. You know, there over the next few weeks and months, definitely before the end of this year, there will be things being set in place and motion for huge lifestyle changes. You guys are choosing to walk away. You're choosing to leave things behind and walk away. And that's also with the clearing and the purging and getting rid of that I was talking about at the start of this reading, but they're showing it from another perspective as well. It's showing that you guys are leaving things behind and choosing to walk away. Again, people may feel that you all are crazy. What are you doing? There'll be a lot of naysayers around you, but you're still going to do it anyway. For a lot of you, this is, so I was asking my guides before this came through as to what this would entail. 3 of Pentacles, and that's what I was saying before I turned up this card. For a lot of you, it's going to be work. You guys, in terms of the life changes, it's going to be work. How you view yourself at work, how you work with other people. So this is changes to work. That's coming up quite strongly. For others of you, what's also coming through is wanting to start your own business. That's another thing that's also coming through as well. For others of you, you may be going back to school, or you may be taking a course, you may be learning a trade. That's another big lifestyle change that's coming through. And I'm watching that 3 of Pentacles, but we also get it here with the Page of Pentacles also. You know, going back and learning and expanding your, they're just showing me expanding your mind, expanding your knowledge. But this is something, it doesn't feel tedious, is another thing that they're giving me. It doesn't feel tedious at all. It feels something that you guys are motivated to do, and you're not motivated to do it from a place of anxiety or from a place of stress. You're not putting that on yourself. It's like you're divinely guided, you're intuitively being guided. You know that you're being supported. You know that you're being held when you do this. There's no anxiety or stress or anything around any of these huge changes that are coming through. Lovers. You know, we have the Lovers, we have the 2 of Pentacles. For some reason, choice keeps on coming up again and again and again. Now, this could be dealing with relationships, yes, but I'm really picking up that you guys have a choice between where you are now and where you want to be. Another thing that I'm picking up for some of you, there is something about learning when it comes to relationships with people as well, and what you have grown to expect in relationships. That is also changing, and you are learning how to change that. So it's detoxing from people-pleasing, it's detoxing from perfectionism, it's detoxing from toxic relationships. And you're realizing that these changes, you know, the people-pleasing or overworking in the workplace and overextending yourself and being drained and burned out and, you know, all of those sorts of things, you're realizing that that healing begins from you. It doesn't begin from anyone else, it begins from you. And a lot of that is you guys educating yourselves as to how to go about that, how to go about this healing, this clearing, this purging. For others of you, it's also educating yourselves to help support you make that decision to leave and where you're leaving to and what that next cycle is going to look like. So for some of you, you're doing research into that. I want you guys to know as well with this Lovers card also that a number of you, I said at the beginning that a lot of you viewing this are very much intuitive. And it's like your guide is coming in. And notice the moon and you guys walking into the moon. And of course, this is a full moon eclipse reading, or it's a timeless reading whenever you view to see this. But it's like you're being guided, like someone is spiritually next to you, guiding you through, holding your hand. It's your guardian angel. They've been here with you for a number of different lifetimes. For some of you, you would be awakening up to, there's something of like a spiritual awakening that's also happening for some of you as well, where you all will receive that download of knowledge, receive that realization as to who your God, who your spirit guide is. Spirit guides sometimes come in for a reason and a season and a point of time. So some of you may be getting new spirit guides to help guide you on this phase of your journey and this new cycle. But for a lot of you, this new cycle and this new phase is going to be looking like work. It's something with the a group of people is what it's looking like to me. For others of you, we could take the Lovers literally. So we could take the Lovers to mean relationships as well. So with the Lovers, it's deciding, okay, where do we go from here? Are we, oh for goodness sake, are we making this official? Are we not? Bottom of the deck, here we go. Movement, choices, decisions. We have another two. That is the theme for this reading with all these twos. There's the decisions that you guys have to make. Let me just get these cards. Okay. Some of these fell on the floor. Another two, mental conflict. That's what we've been saying all through this. Okay, so let's get into this. So they're telling me if you guys decide not to move. So in the midst of everything, in the midst of all these sides, if you decide to stand your ground, if you decide not to move, what's that going to look like? Now, first of all, they're saying that some of you may decide not to move because there may be financial stresses and pressures that are just too overwhelming, like the material change and the material sustenance. Like for a lot of you, it's going to be that, and it's too overwhelming and being able to figure it all out. They're giving me that a lot of you may have postponed decisions because of the financial change and the material aspect. It's that unknown that has really put you guys off making any moves or making any decisions. Okay, so it's not to say that there is any judgment when it comes to some of you guys not moving on, because there are some real practical life-ish that turns up. Okay, so that's what they're saying here. And for some of you, you would have been turning this over in your mind time and time again. How do we come out of this? And for some of you as well, this is the subconscious mind and the limiting beliefs and the monkey brain and doing mental gymnastics and so on. So some of you, it's that mental conflict as well. For others of you, it's more grounded in reality and material. Okay, so let's continue looking into these. Spirit guides, guardian angels, thank you for those messages on what the collective viewing this reading can do if they decide not to pursue that North Star and if they decide to stay. Let's check that energy. Let's check that energy. Oh, what do I want? I don't know. Okay, so what does that energy look like? We have the Five of Cups. Someone looking very solemn, someone looking a bit despondent, not looking too happy. Let's see what else we have. We have another seven with the Seven of Wands. Interesting. That's an interesting energy. Let me just get one more, guys. Oh, here we go. That's the one more. Ace of Swords. Okay. I'm seeing for those of you who don't want to make the change and because there's a lot going on for you right now, or you find it too overwhelming, or you find it too much at this point in time. Okay, this is what they're giving me. There are a few messages coming here. It's as if the timing for you guys are going to be moving on regardless, is what they're saying. It's like they're sort of showing me like the universe gently carries you in the direction of this new cycle. I'm going to leave it like at that for a moment. And here we have, oh God, I knew it, the Tower. That's what I mean by the universe. Is like something's going to happen. Notice that we have the dark clouds behind him and he's walking away from those dark clouds, but he's sort of looking around. He doesn't really have any focus. He's sort of meandering, and that's the Seven of Cups energy. But it's with the dark cloud in the background, with all that lightning and the house burning and that sort of stuff. It's like something's going to happen that will in your environment and around you. I'm not seeing it as directly happening to you. Let me make that clear. I'm not saying this is directly happening to you, but there's something that's going to be happening around you, something sudden that makes you sit up and think, you know what? I think a change has to be made. Let me start exploring. So that's what I mean by the universe is going to give you a gentle nudge in that direction. Okay, yeah, there we go, the High Priestess energy. So that's the universe. When it comes to the High Priestess, it's channeling your higher self. Again, we have the Two of Pentacles. So the High Priestess is going to come through. Nine of Swords, it may come through in your dreams. It may come through being on the astral plane. But there is something that's going to be coming through. There is something that you see or that you hear or something that inspires you, particularly when you're down with this Five of Cups. Someone's going to give a speech or you may hear something or, something that inspires you. Someone that inspires you. And you then say, yeah, that's the direction. Yeah, that's the missing piece. Yeah, that's the link. Yeah, I have for you guys, it may not be right away because with financial and material changes and decisions, you have things to take care of. But with this Ace of Swords and Three of Wands, it may be delayed, but change is coming to everyone viewing this reading. Whether it's right now or whether it's going to be a bit later with the Ace of Swords and the Three of Wands. It's like there is some opportunity coming to you that is going to make you think you're going to part and cut ways with where you are right now. Because something comes through to you, something becomes more apparent to you. Okay. So let's get final messages. So Spirit Guides, Guardian Angels, thank you so much. What else do we need to cover for the collective? What else do we need to cover for the collective viewing this reading in terms of this blood moon energy? And a lot of this, just to reiterate again, is coming before the end of this year. You've been training for this for lifetimes. This is what I mean. It's like with a lot of you, remember I said for some of you, you have a new guide coming in. And some of you with this guide that's there, you've known this guide for lifetimes. So they're saying here that, and what I find is really interesting with this, because we have two parts with the Two of Pentacles that was coming through, and each part is very similar. The latter part, if you guys do nothing, okay, it's going to take a few months for you guys to orient around the idea of change, but you eventually change. And this is the thing, it's written in your Akashic records, it's written in your DNA, it's written in your life path, it's written in your, it's just preordained for a lot of you. Under the deck, we have the initiation. Like this is preordained for a lot of you, this change that's coming through, this new cycle. It's meant to happen at this point in time. It's meant to happen in September 2005 or whenever you're viewing this reading. Because time is an illusion, time is fluid. Priestess, how are you being called to step up and lead? So a number of you, to clarify a point we were saying, what's this going to look at? For a number of you in terms of this next cycle, in terms of this star, you guys are taking leadership roles in your community, leadership roles in your life. You're not playing small anymore. You're stepping up and expanding into your potential and the fullness of who you are. This is the second time we've seen a High Priestess appear in this reading. We have it here as well. We have protection. So call back your power. Cut the cords. So retrieval. So this is that typical Pisces and 12th house energy, right? It's the subconscious clearing. It's releasing. It's the hidden patterns coming through to be released. It's your spiritual awakening. It's the psychic downloads. It's the ending of karmic cycles and closure. This is that energy of surrendering. It's that sacred surrender to what is. I surrender all. All right? So for some of you, that's what you're doing and going through. Let's just see if we can get... I like that we have with this warrior woman, we have the sword here. The synchronicities in this reading, and we have the sword there as well. You guys are cutting through stuff. If you weren't afraid, what would you be called? What would you do? And again, this is for those who don't feel confident or comfortable making those changes at the moment. What your guides are saying is, okay, you may not be comfortable doing it at the moment. But if those situations around you were not a factor, what would you do? Start visualizing that. Start beginning to feel what that potential future may look like, even if you may not be ready to fully step into it just yet. Okay, what else? Final messages. Final messages for those viewing this. Final messages. That's what I'm saying, finance and career. Financial issues are a factor right now. Yeah, and we picked that up. We picked that up definitely for finances and career. So finances are an issue for a lot of you, particularly for a lot of you who don't want to make that change that we've been talking about, firstly. And secondly, career is playing a factor very heavily for those of you who are going to make that change. I'm seeing, and we were seeing career before, we're seeing it again. New relationships on the horizons, romantic relationships as well. Being able to find your new soul tribe also, that's something that from a practical day-to-day perspective that's coming through. Also seeing here, this could be the one, and very soon. So a lot of what we were talking about up here in terms of the magician energy, the Ace of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles as well. Whatever this new cycle is for you guys, it's coming in very, very soon. And I said for a lot of you, it's going to be before the end of this year. And that's really what I'm seeing. This energy is going to be fast. This new moon energy is potent. The collective, by and large, are ready to purge. And purge, release, and let go. And even for those who aren't completely ready just yet to purge, release, and let go and leave where you are, the collective vibration is so potent and it's so high at the moment that you will naturally get caught up in the momentum and the wave of it. And eventually that release and that purging and letting go is going to come through for you guys as well. All right, so that is it from me, guys. I hope this reading resonated with you. Again, it's a timeless reading. This is good for up to 6 weeks, 6 months after I've delivered it, so quite a while. So definitely from now until the end of this year, going into early next year. So let me know how it resonated with you in the comments down below. And I hope to see you in future readings. Bye for now.